What's up, YouTube? This is Gilbert Lala Lakers back with another video. This one I'm going to be talking about the Lakers' fourth preseason game so far in the 2015-2016 season between, of course, the Los Angeles Lakers and Maccabi Haifa. I want to say that's how you pronounce it. So hopefully I got that right. Nonetheless, this is a game we got away with our first preseason victory. But if we didn't get our first preseason victory this game, then there was more dysfunction and problems going on than we anticipated. Luckily, that wasn't the case. So let's go ahead and go on to the topics that I want to talk about this game. So first person I want to talk about, Larry Nance Jr. So we saw some more minutes from the rookie. He, let me see, I don't think he did much in the scoring section. Let me see here. Oh, he got 4 points. 4 points, not bad for him. But the thing that stood out to me, the thing that impressed me the most with this kid, and and has for a couple games or for the few games that I've seen him so far, even going back to summer league and stuff, he rebounds. He hustles. We knew that though. When we first drafted this kid, a lot of people like myself weren't too familiar with him. But once we started looking into him, we realized, he's going to be that guy that hustles every play, diving for the loose balls, diving out of bounds, jumping. Even though he probably won't get the rebound, he's still going to jump to try to get the rebound, which is great. That's what we've grown to expect from him. But I'm actually seeing some actual rebounding talent. He's not just jumping and trying to outjump these guys. He's timing it very well. He's positioning himself very well. He's not getting those over the back calls. He's not getting the pushing in the back, you know, lazy type rebounding. He's actually looking like he's going to be a solid rebounder. He's the type of guy that I can see coming off the bench for the Lakers if he gets extended minutes and putting up like 3.5 boards per game, which is pretty damn good for what is he like 6'7", 6'8". So he's not exactly like the biggest power forward or four out there, but he can definitely rebound against those. And I think that's what's going to keep him in the rotation if he makes a roster. I don't anticipate a lot of minutes from him, and he probably won't get that 3 boards per game average that I was alluding to. That's kind of like a best case scenario for him. However, I do think that he is not just a jumper for rebounds. Like he actually has the skill to be a competent rebounder in this league, and I like that. And I do hope he grows into being, a force on the boards for us. So, actually, one thing before I leave Larry Nance as the topic, I want him to slow down a little bit. Like he gets the rebound. I wanted the play specifically, if I'm not mistaken, it was the same play. He got the offensive board and he was looking. Okay, everything up to that is fantastic. He outjumped the other defender, I guess, because they were on offense, and he controlled the ball, surveyed the court around him, looked where his teammates were, and he saw a player cut to the baseline. So great, but he forced a pass. The what I would have liked to see him do is, if the other player would have committed to the basket, fantastic. He probably would have gotten an assist, and we would have gotten a couple points. But as a rookie, in the preseason, trying to show what you can do, take it safe. Dribble it back out, hand it to your point guard, or toss it back out to a wing player and set up the offense again. That probably would have been more impressive than the pass connecting, realistically. Even if the pass would have gone through, that would have been okay, great, nice find, Larry. Hey, fantastic job. But having a rookie that has the composure to be able to get an offensive board, not rush and force a shot back up, not force a pass looking only down low, and which ended up being a turnover, by the way. How about a rookie that can get an offensive board, a nice offensive board, bring it down, survey the court, dribble it back out, and hand it to a point guard. That is something I would love to see from him. So I think he's a smarter player than he's played so far, and I hope that he can crack this rotation because I think he has a pretty high ceiling that he may not even know he has. So, all right, next topic here, next player. I wanted to talk about Roy Hibbert. As expected, he kind of dominated this Maccabi team. Is it Maccabi? Yeah, it is. All right. He's the tallest guy on the floor. You know, I highly doubt over in their league. I'm not very familiar with the Israeli league, but I highly doubt they have 7'3" players just on every roster. I mean, even the NBA doesn't. So I I think it would be extremely rare that they meet a guy of his status pretty commonly. But commonly, I don't even think that's a word. But nonetheless, Hibbert established his dominance early, and he carried it throughout the game. He ended with like what, 16 rebounds? Yeah, 16 rebounds, 9 of those defensive. So that means he had 7 offensive boards, 5 assists, 3 blocks, 8 points. That is a line that if he can recreate that throughout the season, he's going to have a hell of a year. I don't anticipate that he will, but he's capable of it. And I know he is. He's rebounded at and played extremely well at the NBA level before. So I know he has it in him. And I know he was playing against lesser competition today. But I think that's a good sign. I think that's showing because even the guys in the NBA, as I said earlier, they're not used to 7'3" players on each roster that actually have a skill set like Roy Hibbert. So he can still take advantage of NBA players like he did this team. And if he realizes that, I think he can have a fantastic year this season and put up numbers similar to those that he posted today. So I think it's a good sign that he didn't struggle against this team. I expected him to not struggle. I expected him to do well, but he actually lived up to those expectations, and I think that's great. So good job, Roy. Next player I want to talk about, number 24 himself, Kobe Bryant. So I just want to touch on him really quick because he had that one play on the wing where I want to say it was Randall or Clarkson just dribbled it up and handed it to him on the right wing, and he was holding it in his 3-point stance or what have you, and the player reached his hand in and actually tipped it away, took it down, and started a fast break for them. So Kobe just got it stripped from him, and you could tell he was like, "What the fuck just happened?" Not used to that type of thing happening. So hey, good defense for him from the Maccabi player, but it was so funny because I was like, "Wow, that was a very strange play to watch for sure." And sure enough, the exact next Laker play down the floor, they rerun the exact same play, and Kobe just spots up, shoots the jumper over the same defender. So I just wanted to touch that Kobe is still Kobe Bryant. So I love that he still takes it personal. You know, he still says, "All right, you're gonna steal it from me. I'm going to drain a 3-point basket in your face, or I'm going to drive and dish it off to a teammate." You know, Kobe, he still has that killer instinct, and that's a great sign to see even in the preseason. That's fantastic. So I'm really excited to see what Kobe brings this season. All right, so keeping on the wing for the Lakers players, we have D'Angelo Russell, who led the game with, or at least led the Lakers with 11 assists tonight. So fantastic passing night for him. And some of those passes were really, really on point. Stu Lance alluded to during the broadcast that it wasn't just that he was finding the guys and they were making shots, which is great, you know. If they don't make those shots, he doesn't get those assists, so it doesn't really matter. But the types of passes, he was mixing it up. He wasn't just doing, you know, bounce passes only or, you know, one type of passes. He was throwing bounce passes even from the 3-point line down to the low block it looked great. He was doing, no looks, stuff like that. I like that his versatility of passing. A lot of guys are good passers, but they may not have the creativity to take it to that next level. And it does seem like D'Angelo Russell has that mindset where he knows not only should I make the not only should I make the pass, but I got to make the correct type of pass for it to be a successful play. So good sign for D'Angelo Russell, even though it was against what is obvious lackluster defense with Maccabi, not at the NBA level. It's still good that he's looking and he's keeping his eyes open for those opportunities because they will arise in the NBA. And as long as he's there to take advantage of it and be ready, it's going to be a good thing for the Lakers. All right, last thing I wanted to talk about because I wasn't expecting this long of a video still on the Maccabi game. I'm sorry about that, but nonetheless, let's go ahead and talk about, speaking of lackluster defense in my last point, 83 points were scored on us tonight by an Israeli Israeli league team, Maccabi Haifa. That's fucking awful, in my opinion. I don't know why we would do like this defense is driving me fucking crazy. Now, I understand. We were ahead by 51. We were playing a lot more of the reserves. We probably could have got that number down to about the 60-ish range. But nonetheless, it still happened. I don't like that as a sign going forward. I've said multiple times that our defense has its issues with players switching and what have you. But when you have players that should not be able to at your level, score at your level on your defense, that's a worrying sign. So I don't know what it's gonna take for these guys. Obviously, team chemistry must be an issue. I'm not saying they're like arguing and stuff like that. I'm not saying that the locker room's an issue. I'm saying just the synergy. Their time spent together isn't really there yet. So I do expect it to get better as the season progresses. But one of these players, or a couple of these players, most likely the veterans, are going to have to step up. And that's why the more and more I think about it, the more and more I hope Meta World Peace does sign a contract with us, and we do make it a guaranteed contract, because that is going to be the determining factor. I would say if I had to choose one besides health, which is always the biggest concern for any franchise, but keeping health out of this, I would say the biggest determining factor between us having a great season or a good season and us having another mediocre or bad season would be our defensive performance throughout the year. So I want them to step it up, and I know they have it in them, but they have to get it down. And I want one of these veterans to, step it up and say, all right, guys, we cannot allow a team of this caliber to put up an NBA scoring night. Whether we beat them by, whether we beat them by 30 or not, if they have an off shooting night, this could have been a much closer game, and that's terrifying. They shouldn't even be within the same realm as the Lakers, realistically. So definitely a worrying sign and something that I'll follow up with on future videos. So definitely be on the lookout for that. But nonetheless, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here for tonight. Wanted to put up another review on the night of because I was excited. I was really looking forward to this game, honestly, because I haven't seen us. I know I've been kind of lacking as a fan of the last couple of years in terms of watching every game, but this season I'm gonna take it seriously, and I have not seen us play an international opponent. I don't know if I ever have, honestly. If I have, it was a long time ago. So it was definitely fun to see. I'm glad that we did it. I'm glad that the only thing that stood out to me as worrisome from this game was our defense, I will say. But it's a big concern. So hopefully we can fix it within the next few preseason games. They actually have a game here in Las Vegas Tuesday, so be on the lookout for that. That'll be a preseason game against the Kings. I'll probably have another review up for you guys then. So thanks for watching. Remember to like the video, comment down below if you have a discussion topic that you want to discuss, and I'll talk to you guys later. And also, I have another video coming your way, that new series for the channel, so definitely should be fun. All right, you guys, this has been Gilbert, Lala Lakers, and I'll talk to you guys later.